Yo, you seen this new menu they put in the door? Somebody named Dottie's Kitchen. Yeah, man, I heard about that, man. People saying this shit is crazy. Yo, this thing where every bite you take, you feel like grandma's back in the kitchen. I swear to God. Yo.
Hey, friend. Good morning. Here we are with another video on demands. And I decided to make some fried fish and spaghetti. Now, I have to tell you, this New Yorker, I've never heard of this until I think this year. I've never heard of fried fish and spaghetti, guys. Never. I love Southern cooking. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So this is a type of fish that I prefer. I love whitings, but whitings have a lot of bone. So I found this new fish that I tried out. I believe it's pronounced swai. Not exactly sure, but it is so good. No bones, nice and meaty. I like to do hot sauce, mustard, and egg whenever I'm using already flavored cornmeal, which I have here right here. Bama fish fry. Oh my God, so good. The seasonings in here, you don't need to add anything at all. So every once in a while, I don't feel like doing my whole cornmeal mix, so I have some on reserve that actually use the last of it. So I got to catch one of those sales that she's always having. So here you just see me. I definitely clean my fish with some lemon. Get out that fishy smell. Let it pat dry. Added all my wet ingredients, the egg, the hot sauce, and what else did I say? And the mustard. So here I'm coating it. You could do it however you like. Some people use it. I could do a bag. Some people like to put it in a container, shake it all around. I just do it like this. Whatever mood I'm in, that's what you're going to get. But you make sure you coat it. Give it a few minutes to let it settle and let the breading and everything stick properly. And then we're going to get started on our spaghetti. Now, one thing I've also never really done a lot of is mixed the different type of meats. So I decided to do pork and ground beef. I like to cut up some onions to flavor up the pan a little bit. And you'll see me dump it in the cast iron with a little olive oil. And just let it get it all nice and flavorful. And then we're going to get the meat inside the pan. Now, depending on who I'm making spaghetti for is how I decide what I'm going to use. When I make it for myself, for grown-ups, I'll chop up some peppers and add the onions and all the great veggies that we normally like. But when it comes to children, they don't really like all that stuff. So I don't bother arguing. That's why I try to cut up the onions as fine as possible, but they'll cook down. And once it's smothered in the spaghetti sauce, you really won't see it too much as far as the kids are concerned. So this one is going to be basically my kids' version. See, I'm getting that onions all flavored up. Then we're going to put on our Alexa, of course, for about 2 minutes. And then that's when I start to add the meat in. So I'm probably talking to Alexa now. But, we're not. The video, thank goodness, is sped up. So I got my rolls of meat, putting it in there. Of course, I'm going to use my new Temu grinder, smasher. I don't even know what this thing is called, but it's pretty cool. I've seen a million people use it. So I was like, maybe I need to get one of those. So, of course, I seen it on my little app, Temu. I paid $1 or $2 for it. So I said, why not? And it was pretty cool. It made it a little easier to get the meat all grinded down in the pan. So now we're going to let it cook, and as it's cooking, and once it's all brown, depending on which meat you have, if you got a lot of water, a lot of oil in there, you want to definitely get rid of that. But once your meat is all nice and brown, you're going to head and start to add your seasoning. So while I'm allowing this to brown, you see I got the pot of water out. And one thing for sure, I definitely put some seasoning, some love into my pasta water before I add my pasta. So here you see I have my chicken bouillon. Sprinkle some in there, mix it around, let it come up to a boil before you add your noodles. Once you add your noodles in there, I went with fettuccine, 11 minutes. You let it cook and get nice, not too tender, but you want it to hit just right. So no, I don't always break my noodles either. So in whole, separate it, add a little oil to it, and let it do its thing. And look, 11 minutes later, you got the perfect noodles. Just want to make sure you check on them in between time. And of course, another Temu product, my little strainer spoon I love to use. So now once the meat is all brown, we're going to go in with our all-purpose seasonings. Then you have your basics, which is your onion powder, garlic powder. I added some Italian, a little crushed red pepper, a little tiny bit of sea salt, along with some black pepper also, and some paprika, of course. So get all of that all mixed up. And then once you let the flavors get in there, I usually cook my meat with just the seasonings for about 5-8 minutes before I actually add in my pasta sauce that I'm going to be using. And again, because it's a kid's version, I didn't go with no chunky style. I didn't go with no extra vegetables. I didn't go with no mushrooms. None of that type of stuff. Old-fashioned. Old-fashioned pasta sauce, tomato sauce, the best. There you go. Old-fashioned. Nothing added in there. And of course, you know how tomato sauces got that acid. Make sure you add just some sugar, just for a little bit of taste. You don't gotta go overboard, but you add a little bit of sugar, get that sweetness in there to kind of balance all the acid and everything else. Of course, you add a little water, you get every drop out. Now, something that I learned also a little recently was to add bay leaf in there. Imagine that. So you think about it, when we do beans, when we make sauces, stews, we usually add 1 or 2 bay leaves in there to kind of, balance a little out and everything. So lately I've been doing that with my spaghetti sauce. Once I get everything incorporated, mixed well, at the end I will add 1 or 2 bay leaves, turn the fire on low, and just let it simmer for about 10 to 12 minutes or so. And trust me, give it a try. Y'all know I have my little baby spoon, of course, my little taste tester spoon, see how it tastes. If you need to add more, add what you like. If you don't, leave it alone. So there you go, bay leaf, boom, boom, in the pot. We're going to cover the pot. And of course, I had to have a little buttered roll on there with some flavorings on the top. Sprinkle some cheese on that spaghetti. And voila, we got fried fish and spaghetti. I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope you at least give me 4 to 5 minutes and not the whole video. I really appreciate you guys. Ciao.